game. And right now, Alexi's trying to follow the CT that he knows just left, but now he's kind of freaking out. Where'd this guy get off to? Luckily finds the timing where Calix's head faces the other way. So an equalizing kill found from Alexi. Perfect chance to join up with his ramp players. And now they're going to transition into that comfortable B hit. It seems. Door swung.
Ooh.
Almost.
How is Zimmer not down? 7 HP. Magic can't find him. He is towards Decon right now as Na'Vi scramble towards the lower bomb side right now. Looking for a second, and he might be able to pull it off as well. Alexi B will strike first, though. And now they're in a lot of trouble. CT's rotating in from the ramp, and Maja, he needed that kill for this one to be possible. It's the perfect call, Matthew. Upper play, just when the CTs are convinced it's down towards lower.
The Alexi B masterclass continues, Henry. That's how I see it. You could feel in the movements from Eternal Fire, they were completely oblivious to what the end game of that round was. Probably they took first the bait of that vent dive that you were talking about. In fact, it was just a misdirection to attackers in that time, taking space towards outside. This is why Alexi B sneaks onto Calix under heaven, completely oblivious to that risk.
Yeah, and I think we might be done here. It is going to be Xantares left. One-on-one battle with JL, but for now, just hoping to save his Kevlar if possible. Hasn't been tagged yet and doing considerable damage towards the remaining Na'Vi players, but down he goes.
5 Galils, utilities all around them. An early ramp contact blocked off by smoke. And hey, get the damage while you can. Woxic lands his scout shot.
We'll take that tag all day long. There's a huge gap in the smokes, that's for sure.
They should have thrown the Henry Greers.
They should have done. It would have been much better for them. But trying to exploit the gap if possible. Not seeing anyone cross, that's information in itself. So CTs can use that. They've got a nice little setup towards ramp as well. One player boosted. You don't see it too often these days, actually, but if he's baited in correctly, it could be a game changer here. That's if they do go ramp.
The fact that Xantares could find all that information outside is key for Eternal Fire. They can afford to play 2-2-1 if they want to. They could even say 2-3 at that time. It's very unlikely to see a late round rotate towards outside. But they have very little utility. It's, he's going to walk into it. Walks and sees an elbow, but immediately taken down by Bit.
Man, that hand on the smoke, ready for the shot, but missed chance. Still a player sits on top of Hut. Could get a little weird. No, not this time. Simple just snapping the Galil up. Poor Wicadia. Sit down, kid.
We get into round number 3. Nade to blow off the door. Molotov to patrol main, and Simple aware of the threat of the ramp push here. Very common maneuver when you're low on money. Maja flashed in, and Simple doesn't have to commit to this fight. He knows it as well.
Yeah, but he'll go for it. You know he will. And he wants the player who threw that flashbang as well. How dare you chuck utilities in his direction. Bit slides down from the rooftop. The Hut players could also make something interesting happen, but it looks like Simple keeps his head on a swivel swiftly, and Bit to just clean up what's left here. That looming threat of another pistol in one of these corners on a massive map that is now being taken over by Na'Vi. That outer wrap's going to go clear main. They've got this A play. Woxic has a chance to rack up some damage, you know, any parting gift perhaps, but Na'Vi 3-0, because we knew back on Anubis that as long as the individual levels that we had seen from Eternal Fire were there, they had a chance.
There's a chance for Xantares here to get a second kill at least. He does manage to find one, but that's all they get in the round.
Mouse is plugged in, and the mouse pad's not upside down.
And if it's not working, just rotate it 45 degrees.
And if it's still not working, just flip it over. Try the rubber side.
Be open to new experiences.
All right then, so it is going to be the outside smokes this time. No gap spotted, flashbangs deployed. It's Xantares who's trying to challenge towards the silo, but Na'Vi making great progress outside towards Secret. 4 players already en route to drop safely. Not taking much damage. It's Zimmer that catches a stray bullet through the smoke, but bear in mind, bonus round here. Galils, they're just going to be throwing the kitchen sink down towards lower.
Wicadia has no smoke to play behind. He put down his Molotov, now he's completely alone. Either he calls for a rotation or he plays info-based, but he accepts the possibility of giving up the B-bomb side. He's just going to play off info. You will probably see him run away as soon as he sees people, but who and where the help is going to come from, that's the question.
Right now it looks like only ramps the possibility. Calix very much inside of that A site, not on vent side. Wicadia going to go back, swings door shut behind him, tries to clamber up. He's got to be quick, can't miss this moment of movement. And with the door open behind him, he drops his chance at killing Bit. Woxic's rotate indeed from ramp, the only other piece in place to hope and stop this, but nothing will prevent that bomb from going down. Alexi jumps into the scope, But even then, what is that, an invitation to retake?
They have no kits,
nah,
right? They have no
done.
utility. They've got one smoke between them, no kits. They might as well hold on. It's going to be 4-0, and they might even hold on to 4 rifles here. JL's on the prowl. What a shot that is. Bear in mind, they have no helmets. So, yes, Na'Vi had Khalils, but with no helmets available, the Khalils become even better than the AK, arguably.
And this is mainly a problem of timing. Because you might look at this round from the side of Eternal Fire and say they didn't really make a mistake. The issue is how quickly Na'Vi made it down secret. If Wikadia puts down his Molotov with 57, 59 seconds to spare, that's way too much room to...
In form of M4s and a single FAMAS as well. We get into round number 5 here. JL with the lurk smoke towards Squeaky. Outside smokes deployed once again. Removing that vision for Woxic. But he has now got a whole different problem ahead of him. Simple with that first frag on Xantares, looking for a double kill. That is unbelievable that he hits that shot with such precision as well. Woxic with the AWP gets nothing done.
Bro, Woxic hits him with that op, and Simple survives like it's nothing. One bullet out of the barrel, pops his head like a melon. And now let's just hope, for Navi's sake, that Simple's efforts aren't in vain. Looking to convert this. It's a little stringy suddenly. That ramp play, of course, still the possibility for Eternal Fire. How much risk do you want to take pushing up into Trophy? And where have Na'Vi gotten off to? Everything belongs to it. Wikadia, you have no reason to feel comfortable at all. Every potential entrance to this bomb site could be your death.
Yeah, you can see he's very uncomfortable, overworked in the position. There's still a minute to work with here as well. Having to patrol Squeaky. Main entrance heaven.
Dude, there's nothing worse than that feeling. He's spinning in circles. Oh,
I'd rather see Calyx join Wikadia here. And if you're on the wrong bomb side, then so be it. You save the 2 rifles that you have. Like, what scenario are you making up in your mind where you can actually both handle a single bomb side? Sure, miracles can happen, and this is probably why we have some nice frag movies in Counter-Strike.
Yeah.
But I would like them to hedge their bets. Like, maybe play just together on a bomb side. Wikadia's going to have to go frag movie right there.
Oh.
And he doesn't.
Yeah, as you can see, he's having to jiggle peek every single angle, every crevice of the bomb site, and then on the final jiggle, they're already through main. Boxing on the AWP with a helmet as well. They have no kits once again, and JL might be using the Squeaky door this time. Smoked off. A little bit of a spam, doesn't take too much damage. Same story for Imma, who will continue to push towards outside.
Bit cautious of the potential close red play, but no, not the case. It's just that 20 seconds of posturing going down with Xantares playing completely in the dark. Emat creeping back behind main first and foremost. What do we have? And again, it's the Hut player holding from above the door. Simple's already pieced together an opening kill from this exact push. And Major in the back of the site throws the grenade. That trajectory right there gives Simple a bit of information, and you see him post up on the angle. It's perfect. That smoke being thrown from Major gives Simple the knowledge to lock in on that exact spot. Then the rest of the team comes swinging, and this one, yet again, a blunder.
What a blunder it is,
it's ahead of the wall smoke, and are we going to see Na'Vi being one step ahead of that and maybe playing a different side of the map? We're going to have to see, probably not this round,
I'll tell you when.
On the weaponry.
I'll tell you when.
I think it's going to happen.
Yeah, too late, Mathieu. That's when it's going to happen.
Got me on
this
that
is
one.
already a good half for Na'Vi, to be fair, right?
It's
Even if they lost
brother.
every other round at this point, in round number 7, they'd be fine with this half. They can still win it, and Woxic will have to go above and
Chance.
beyond. Yeah,
At least like the characters there, you know, the ambition of getting up in their faces with the AWP. And the 5-7 try.
The 5-7's also there.
You know, Calyx has to flank. He's got to, they got to throw something at this because Na'Vi are just so much sharper at the moment, right? If Woxic gets that first, second frag, it was right there for the taking. The makings of something were there.
We haven't seen any of those sort of sequences from Woxic this tournament.
No.
He's been almost neutered as an AWP player. He used to be super clutch, super aggressive, known for his iconic plays. I don't think we've seen a single one of those sort of performances. Like, he's not had the worst tournament, but it's just been very defensive, very passive. I think working at Maja, they don't want the aggression from him. They just want the Counter-Strike basics, textbook orbing, and sure, he'll have a couple of shots here and there, but I don't think it really suits his playstyle. A glimmer of it there, the up-close and personal approach. As you just see if Xantares can survive, and unfortunately didn't work out for Wox. He gets
smelling blood in the water.
Yeah.
And when they realize that their opponents are on the back foot, and when they realize there's weakness, they just press on it. This could be a play that sort of surprises Na'Vi. I don't think systematically and logically you would assume an AWP is ramp, but my problem is no smoke early. And no smoke early, Henry, when you go up against a full gun round, you play and face it, you call the risk.
Yes, exactly. The fact that you haven't called for the smoke at the very start suggests that something's afoot. One flashbang could deal with Woxic here. There are a few powerful ones from the trophy room you can deploy. And it looks like they're actually heading towards the ramp. I'm sure Alexi B has got said flash up his sleeve. They're going to be dropping the lurk smoke towards Squeaky just to keep them on their toes as well. So Woxic will be tested here eventually. Now bear in mind that flash I just mentioned, that's the one that's going to get him.
There we
Flashed,
go.
And he hits the shot, but he's been dissuaded.
He
It's
stays.
enough to push him off the line.
That grenade's excellent. Softens Bit up even more so clean up from Major. Woxic, you want a little more, huh?
Right, why not?
Alexi B's been able to cross. Simple's awaiting that hell peek, knowing a player was back there. Alexi's gonna maybe peek into it, looking for a duel. But that ambition is his end. And a 5v3 comes from it. The best chance Eternal Fire could have hoped for to try and get this first Nuke round win. Let's see if anybody can rip it from their hands. Simple has gotten a chance to get closer, creating that ambiguity as to whether they go down to B or whether hell is compromised, and they're getting these players flustered. Ime has that Molotov back A site. They do chuck Util back onto the T's as well, the main player. Big moment for Xantares to come through. It's a 1v4 from Simple, and if there was more than 10 seconds, maybe.
I was surprised by how moderate the rhythm of that attack was. I thought once they heard the AWP shoot, they would immediately press charge. And in fact, Jer had time to be here. He was under heaven when that was needed. He got the kill very easily, stopped the attack. I thought he would be out of time.
Fair enough. Well, we've got Woxic at ramp room once again. An old classic maneuver of his, holding deeper in the trophy room. Xantares will change his position as well. This time in towards Secret. There's the push from Trophy. Not bad. Xantares could be on for the second as well here. Timing might elude him. Oh my goodness, he gets away with it. Him spots him. It's information that one player is already down towards Secret. Woxic's rotated from ramp, and now getting some world-class form. We're seeing the shot starting to connect. There's the third. This is more like it from Woxic.
There's that fire. That ramp peak, the follow-ups, the outer play, and nearly the ace.
Here we go.
It's just 12 health left on Ime, and that op's coming for him. Woxic changes guns. Don't.
If they lose this now,
it's big.
Everybody relax. Everybody relax, bro.
Need him firing on all cylinders here to stand a chance. As mentioned, Na'Vi have already posted a pretty decent half on the T side of Nuke. This is serviceable. They could end it right here and probably still win the game. We'll see how many more they can post. As here's the aggression once again. Now he's starting to feel himself in towards the hut, looking for the opening frag once again. This is some vintage Woxic. No one going to be there for the initial encounter, but he's got a very strong position here now.
This would be the kill that changes it all. Eternal Fire have no other opportunity to be aggressive whatsoever. With Kedia is holding lower, Kylix is holding ramp with the AK-47, and Woxic has that tight line. And I don't believe the CTs are going to make any move until Woxic finds either a step or a kill or more.
Yeah, it's all kind of banking on this Woxic pick, and he's actually found the opener. What a scalp to take as well. Simple, removing the equation early here. 5 versus 4. Time is of the essence. 40 seconds remaining. There's a second kill as well. Eternal Fire starting to piece this Nuke together. Him is down towards lower, and JO will try and join him. It actually got down the vents. Like I said, Alexi B special. That meets Wakadia, who needed those frags there. Confirms the round, gets the bomb in his control, and it's just one player remaining here for Na'Vi. Great shot, but surely nothing more he can do.
Beautiful. I mean, look at the way Na'Vi start to get their play activated, and it all just hinges on, as we kind of set up, that Woxic first entry. Woxic gets a kill, everything.
Always net them the entry frag.
And this is his best performance yet in the tournament, honestly. Like, sure, they're 7-3 down, but in terms of impact he's had, a quad kill, opening picks, so we haven't said that at all throughout this tournament for him, even though Eternal Fire have been very good.
Oh, JL got down vent. 3 players crossed over with bomb behind smokes, and JL dove
It's an Alexi B special. All of his teams have done this. They sneak a player down vents, operate down towards lower, and here's the big man himself, finds the second kill of the round on this half buy.
Dude, and of course, right, with that kill downstairs, the whole entire CT team starts scrambling. You catch a kill in main, that vent rotate back to A is open. Now Eternal Fire are panicking in 2 directions. Now Wacadia's left, back sight, desperate. Woxic trying to regain control of this. We get that pistol push, back sight. Wacadia's going to get overwhelmed by simply just the sidearms, and it's the ramp play that's all that remains. And as he tries to seek out that bomb plant, it is JL from a pistol kill inside of the vent.
Situation. No time to know what the hell is going on. They fall off like dominoes, and just like that round 8, that hurts very much when they were starting to mount that comeback, starting to find a little bit of wind in their sails. It's been completely ripped from them.
Well, desperate times call for desperate measures. Gotta be facing an outside attack once again. Xantares trying to find one for the smoke, and he finds a prime target as well. The bomb carrier, Alexi B, taken down early. 3 players will still make it towards Secret. They'll have to continue their campaign down towards lower as JL patrolling the vents. He has no vision currently.
And no one lower.
No one actually lower.
No
defense.
defense.
Dead on. No CTs whatsoever down on the lower bomb site at all. They'll have to come in from ramp at this stage. You can see Na'Vi going through the motions, just confirming that these initial choke points are clear. Now Calyx is rotating in, but bear in mind, boys, he's just got the Desert Eagle here.
Good luck, buddy.
Oh, as soon as they open Decon, he's dead as well.
Timing. Ooh, okay, at least he gets past the windows. Single door swung open, smoke ahead of it, chance, and damage dealt. Calyx falls down, won't be able to manage that one, and Woxic's angle nullified by the smoke that comes out. We do have man advantage for the CTs. Make it a double. Woxic's connected yet again, but Emet catching the back of those players pushing towards Decon. Unfortunately for Simple, he's flushed out. He is forced out of this position. He is so compromised, but he has found the slimmest position to hold on to, and the coverage is fantastic. Woxic has opened up rounds, but can he close one? Oh, missed shot.
But you don't teach it at school. It's intuition. That's what intuition and instinct is like. Understanding where the lines are, where the safe spots are, where should I be in that clutch to make sure that I get to fire a couple of bullets before I get found. Just always evading the line of sight, being always pesky. This was beautiful. And now Eternal Fire backs against the wall. You could argue finding Alexi B should have been a tell for them. It should have been a tell that very rarely is he alone in these smokes. Someone should have been with him, but they trying to call the bluff. They didn't send the rotation, and now they allow Na'Vi on a royal track to 10 on the T side of Nuke.
Yeah, this is looking very promising once again. 3 players remain on the Turkish side. Xantares, I know his position of towards up. He's already found a single frag, but his teammates dropping like flies at this point. He might be able to get a second, but that would be at the very top end. It's unlikely. There it is. We traded out very quickly, and Calyx, once again, pretty far removed from the situation. He's in towards the trophy room, now lobby, but MP9 in hand, bomb to be planted. There's just nothing to be done apart from save the AK-47, I'm afraid. He knows it.
Yeah, the saved AK doesn't quite have that glow when it's 10-3, does it?
No. Round 11 and 12 really were hard to swallow for Eternal Fire. You'd feel like the 3 rounds they had built off the back of Woxic's aggression kind of gave them maybe not a new life. I wouldn't be so exaggerating, but it gave them some steam, some momentum. You felt like they were suddenly being a bit more proactive, and then hard to come back into it.
Those rounds they were a very quick reminder that the individual levels can fight back. But now we're watching them just crumble to the rotates, to the plays, to the fakes.
And once again, the best they can hope for is 10-5. Same scoreline we saw on the first map. If they pull that off, great. It's a half. It's something they can maybe do something with like a pistol victory.
It's 15.
Yeah.
And it's looking pretty good for at least the 4th. We've got a couple of trades here towards up. 4 versus 2 now. Flames engulfing the bomb site, but just Simple and Imma remain. Need to try and scoop up the bomb if possible. There were plenty of time to do so, but surely there's nothing left to be done. Woxic with a prime position to find the penultimate frag here.
It's a bit of a classic. You know how it goes. You're leading 10-3 T-side Nuke. You try to rush through some Molotovs, looking for a different version of your offense. Emet down 1v3, connects the first headshot, second, and is given a chance at that.
Weak by as Alexi B will nade off that door. Woxic outside this time.
He'll connect, and again, the pace is just getting crazy, right? We're gloves off Counter-Strike right now. We're rushing at everything. We're flying through Molotovs. I feel like both teams have come to an understanding. This half is done, and it finishes with that.
Say, Na'Vi, they're looking good to keep that track record going right now.
Well, that's certainly a fair statement as towards the ramp room we are heading. At least we were. Eternal Fire thinking better of it and going to adjust their setup towards upper. Imma's got a nasty surprise there. The dual elites dealt with by Wakadia. The upper bomb side wide open here. JL hot on their heels, but the bomb will be planted. This is looking good for the Turks.
Ooh, a pistol round would make things a little more interesting. At least give us some more Eternal Fire to enjoy before the road maybe comes to an end. Clean as you could ask. 4 frags out of Eternal Fire, nothing on the response. response. Damn your dual Berettas.
Yeah, right.
Get them out.
Not a single frag found until Simple arrived, of course. He finds one in the back of ahead of Major. And now, at this point, it's just a matter of time. Xantide, very fast pacing here from Eternal Fire. They need to be careful with Simple waiting for them on the other side, but good wall of smokes on the fly. And they might be able to safely cross.
Seems so, but they decide themselves to stick around as it's smoked out. Got to be careful. Xantares kind of takes up the responsibility, but walks and tries to cross. No smoke.
Bloody hell.
It's a head pop.
I didn't think they had a chance of finding a frag.
Oh, if they come back, you know Simple's going to nail another.
Dude, I'm so nervous. I've seen Simple flat out violate people with this scout, and I'm scared he might have one of those rounds.
It's the speed he's moving around that makes me nervous. You know, that flow state Simple.
Oh, no.
Horrifying pistol push. Mac 10 clears the board of 3. So Major gets back that lobby control. Because you could feel, I think, the fear of Eternal Fire. You had 2 guys secret, completely stalled. You had 2 guys sat back elsewhere, hiding. But the CTs came to them. Feels like Na'Vi wanted a crunch. They got one.
Yeah, Magic can't believe his luck. 3 backs turned in towards the lobby. Mops up a hat trick. And they've got the man advantage after losing those first 2 frags. Not out of the woods just yet, but it's looking a lot clearer. As Simple will be the last player remaining here for Na'Vi. And this is going to give them a couple of rounds, bear in mind. This is the force buy. As we'll see round 3 come through with a full eco for Natus Vincere. Finding the CZ and bomb will be planted, so not really much to do.
And so now we have a nade stack for Na'Vi. Couple of nades purchased up in this round. Gonna lob them in early, but it misses at the hut. Still, JL picks up the opener. Oh no, God, no. Xantares! How does he win that? He hits him with a turn, a wiggle, a jiggle. Now Simple's AK's entered the fray. Tries his hand at the spam, but nothing found. Na'Vi still sit up in the 4-on-3 here, and that AK is still very much in the picture. Getting itself situated up on top of the hut. There's that other rifle dropped. No one's retrieved it. Instead, aggroing into the lobby. Bit is fed to Eternal Fire.
Okay, this is starting to stabilize now. As they head down towards lower. It should have been a 5-on-2, honestly. I don't know how JL doesn't get that second kill on towards Xantares. Looked like a done deal. But the smoke's been deployed. Astralis plant to come through in towards lower. Alexi B trying to deny it. Decent effort there. Can't quite connect. And that should be enough here. Simple needs to consider, is it worth going for this one? Do you want to hold on to the AK-47 going forward? They've got about a 15-second window here to try and make it work. That grenade might dissuade them, though. Max damage to Alexi B. Now Simple will have to find 3 more kills. There's the first. Well, in a second, but not the one he wanted, I'm afraid.
Oh, he still has
a 1 versus 1 here. There would have been time to defuse.
Like a colony of a million ants. Na'Vi just came flying at that top hut.
Exactly like that.
Swarmed in. AK looking to feast, but Simple had no chance.
Well, it's a nice opening grenade, courtesy of Alexi B. Throws it in the back pocket as Xantares nullifies his efforts towards outside, to be honest with you. And bear in mind, Eternal Fire on a knife's edge. That last round, sure, they won it, but it was very expensive. They have the AKs across the board here, but if they get this round up convincingly with no bomb plant, they're in a world of trouble. But so far, so good in this second half. They've got the 3-0 conversion. And looking for that first gun round now. Towards the ramp we go. It's a very classic position here for Bits. Just going to play for a bit of intel, go for one. He drop off usually, but Maja is the player that beats him to the punch and finds yet another opening frag.
Curious what kind of flurry we get behind this. You know, Eternal Fire, I think, in these last couple rounds haven't been too quick to overplay. Even just sitting back in lobby, waiting for that squeaky push to come their way before they went down ramp, before they took over B. The same thing here. But Alexi B has a moment, a chance, as they are about to step right in front of him, and he has the support from Door. So if they tried to wide swing, well, there should be a helping set of hands. But JL seemingly doesn't get the trade frag, and Alexi dies. It's still the 3v3 because of Simple, but a beauty of a headshot from Wicadia, who has had struggles. Started this round 7-14. Simple up top, and Ime makes his play, slides out, simultaneous kills from both.
In spite of losing that opening fight over towards ramp. So maybe a return to form here for Na'Vi, who
Risky
have gone
business.
a little quiet in the second. Yeah, this force back in for Eternal Fire. They're trying to punish. They have extra money because of that bomb plant, and with only 2 players surviving, they're going to try and take control of the money game.
Yeah, this round might decide more than just the scoreline here. It could be the series, because Eternal Fire will have nothing to work with going forward. They'll be 12-8 down, presumably 13 after that as well. It's a decent execution towards up, but the MP9 only good for 1 here. Some access towards the upper bomb side, but Simple trying to shut them down. He's overmanaged though.
Yikes.
Overworked in the position, and now it's a bit of a scramble, but 3 players are towards upper. Walks are working in tandem, and they've got the advantage here.
There we have it.
Up against them here in round number 21, just an array of pistols, a couple of deagles, some 5.7s, and fast pace towards Secret. Alexi B can do nothing about it, apart from call for the rotations here. Bit of open runway for Eternal Fire. It's Simple. He's already down towards lower. Molotov just to keep him interested as they peel off Secret.
Fast outer control, no problem, no threat. Alexi B's position. Oh, he gets there. But there's already a player out from back garage. I don't think Bit saw it. They're coming closer, looking to maybe control that gun. Come on, EF. After that last round, you can't afford to let this slip. I like that Wicadia is taking the helm and doing all of this slowly.
Oh God.
No.
Oh,
the ramp push. Okay, Major has a chance to take it back. And I feel like Major's been important in these kinds of rounds that start to slip away. He is the guy that just picks up that slack. MAC-10 long range bests the pistol. Luckily, just the pistol. Who's up next?
Yeah, it's the MAC-10 saving the day once again. A 3-on-3, but obviously heavily favors Eternal Fire. Maybe not for long, though. That's a disaster. Woxig, what are you up to? Doesn't consider main entrance to be a possibility. Just walks blindly into the 5-7, gives up the AWP, and now this could get problematic.
Calyx kind of has to just drop the bomb in and play the post plant from heaven. That's really their best bet here in the 2-on-3. Calyx needs to cover, and that's one way to cover. Ema tapped out. Calyx up in the heavens now, waits for this backstab, and Simple, as he looks for the heaven player, not being given anything. He won't get this fight. Not yet, anyhow. Just looks for him. Tap on a Calyx connects, but it's not the killing blow, and it desperately needed to be for Simple. With that not coming through, Na'Vi, I don't think they can even justify giving this one a look in. The nade will find Calyx, but surely there's not time. Simple dropping in, and he can't get the round. All the kills, but none of the glory for Na'Vi.
Well, they at least made it very expensive, but it will be Eternal Fire converting in.
It's grit and determination keeping them in it. And with an uptick of individual level across the board. It was Woxic in that first half to give us a couple.
Yeah, you know, I think you can kind of feel the mindset switch, and Eternal Fire are getting really loud and animated as well. It felt like before, you know, they were kind of going through the stages of grief in real time. It was like they were coming to terms with the idea of like, damn, this has been a great tournament, but it's actually all over. And so that's what we kind of saw them like coming to grips with for a while there. But now everyone seems like they're believing, no, this can keep going. There is still more for Eternal Fire to offer here. But in the back of Garage, he's got his work cut out for him in this round. There is a massive Eternal Fire players out in the yard, but Alexi and Bit will stand tall, and between the two of them, they've now got the bomb away from Eternal Fire, and they've delivered a 5v2 to Na'Vi.
Now bear in mind as well, this should be a pretty much guaranteed round, unless Magic keeps delivering shots like that. He is looking incredible today. 16 kills here on Nuke. He's been the driving force behind the success as well, calling all the maneuvers, all the strategies, and finding some of the most impactful kills as well. Bomb still down, Woxic in an interesting position there, hoping a CT will let themselves know from the garage, but they will be saving by the looks of things here, and they have to save because they are bottom of the barrel in terms of loss bonus. They'll get $1,400 per player going forward. Woxic and Maja saving will get nothing. Maja could drop a MAC-10 or
looking through the yard smokes. And it's when that comes through that Eternal Fire get kind of lost in the sauce. Fast cross, back to the yard, Bit back at Garage again. Where have we seen this one? Alexi spamming more smokes now, but this time no kills found. Eternal Fire make it down.
Wow, can they get any further though, Harry? That's a very potent smoke that's been deployed there, down towards lower. They had 4 players down there, ready to charge through, but thinking better of it, and I think that's a correct decision. A difficult one to make. You've got all that territory under your remit now, but bear in mind, once again, this is the sort of round that decides it all. You only get $1,900 going forward. You let this one slip by with everyone going down. It's 13-10, presumably 14. You just won't have enough time to work with here. So what's the next call? They have no real utility. What? A single smoke and a flash. This comes down to brute force. Pixel perfect precision required here from the likes of Woxic and Zantares.
Such a good setup as well for Na'Vi, right? Indicative of a good Nuke team. They wasted no time to get down here. Smoke grenade at the perfect moment, and just a comfortable, relaxed angle from both Ime and Alexi. Now, Alexi doesn't finish his kill. The vent control has been lost, but A-Site is just entirely in the dark for Eternal Fire, so they're thinking a B-split. In the dying seconds of this series, of this event, of this run, what are you going to do? Because
they just smoked off Decon, right? So what's your next maneuver? How do you even get out of the Decon door? You go back up the vents. It's going to be the bomb on the back of Calyx. Woxic might just go and present something elsewhere with the low HP and just suggest they're going else to another location, but 10 seconds remain. They've got to go for it. Deep breath. It all comes down to this.
Simple's up, 10 seconds. Wakadia gets out. He crosses over to the deep plant. Cover has to be fantastic. Ema swings, stops the plant, and stops the hope of Eternal Fire. Time decides. You said, how would they get it going? Drenched in...
Calyx, with it all on the line here. They've gone for the force spike. They've got a saved AWP for Woxic. That's one thing they were going for them. He managed to survive the previous round somehow. A boost as well. You just wouldn't anticipate this with the pistol. It's a beautiful call. What a time to deploy it as well. And yeah, I have no idea how you make the Nova work. I would have gone for the MAC-10 myself, but each to their own.
And with the way Calyx is just kind of looking around at his teammates, I feel like he doesn't know how to make this one work. The fact he has no skin on it doesn't give me any confidence.
Yeah, good point.
He has somehow fallen into this situation. What'll he make of it? Simple's close enough to have his head torn off.
Like I said, though, this sort of boost, yeah, it's commonly checked, but when you've got pistols and so much to worry about, you might not consider it. That's exactly what's happening right here. 3 kills will be traded out eventually, but the damage has been done. This is possible to recover, but bear in mind, Wakadia with no Kevlar, and now just Woxic in a 3 versus 1. Hasn't had any sensational clutches this tournament. Is this the start?
Better late than never. Connects it and picks up bomb. Smoke still for the double doors as well. Oh, the spam, though. Take it away from him. He's barely standing. That smoke can't be trusted. He is just in the most uncomfortable spot ever. But I love that Na'Vi don't just rush this. They don't overplay it.
They've done a lot of damage. They've denied the plant. And now it's Woxic to make the next move. They don't really have to do anything here on the CT side. Denying access towards the double doors, containing him. He'll go for a plant, which he'll get down, to be fair to him. And this is going to take something magnificent at this stage. He's got the potential to do so, but now missing that first shot might be in a lot of trouble here. That was the money shot right there.
Yep.
It doesn't happen, doesn't work out, but at least gets the plant down. Not all is lost. Fire backs to the wall to say the very least here. A couple of AKs, Woxic and Xantares to operate with them. A Galil for Wakadia, and Maja trying to do some initial damage here if possible towards the huts. Actually does considerable damage towards Imma, so that's a good start. That's the best he could hope for.
Trying to maximize all they can with each of these utilities. It's been a while since we haven't seen any kind of outer pressure coming out of Eternal Fire. For better or for worse, they had a consistency in that wall of smokes and either taking secret or leaving it open.
So looking for a bit of trophy control here are Na'Vi. Feeling those outside smokes being deployed. This is their rebuttal. Got to claim territory in towards lobby here. So Simple will cover the push. Bits investigates.
Xantares on it, cleared.
Done that.
So clean.
What?
So incredibly clean. Peeks in, instant headshot.
Yeah, and they peel off as well.
Dude, you've got to give Alexi credit here for Na'Vi, right? This push from Simple and Bit is great, and it's a perfect time to do it. You know that at this scoreline, Eternal Fire probably aren't going to throw some mega fast play at you. They don't really have the util to double pump and exec, and so they likely, under the pressure, under the weight of this situation, we're going to come at you with a slow, defaulty round while they talk through the game plan, while they figure out what's happening here. And that has been completely uprooted. Na'Vi have tried to stop Eternal Fire playing this on their own terms. And double set up at the vent. This bait and switch again pulled out. And Na'Vi find fifth.
Bit just destroying Xantares in a head-to-head duel where he's holding the angle he peeks from. But alas, Eternal Fire just kind of losing any momentum in that moment.
Bear in mind, the winner of this series goes on to play Monty on Saturday as well. Bit of a grudge match there for Simple especially. Looking forward to that, if it comes through, of course. 5 rounds still available. Eternal Fire will need all of them to take us to overtime here. 2 MAC-10s, 3 Galils, and a Hope. As we see them going towards the ramp room here. It's Simple with a missed shot, but they're just allowing ramp room to be given over. It's not a problem.
Yeah, they won't lose hell. That's mollied off. Simple. Happy to go back, peeking in. Looking for his impact as Alexi racks up another one. So 3v5 from Eternal Fire, or this streak of 2-0s in Pro League Season 18 will indeed come to an end. The best Turkish run that we have seen in years.
What a run it was.
And in such convincing fashion. To dismantle an Astralis that just came off of a top 4 in Cologne, to destroy Big, another team that's looking better than ever. This was the real deal from Eternal Fire, and it gives us hope knowing that a guy like Wicadia may be injecting a little life into the Turkish scene. But life is what Na'Vi have brought to the table tonight, and they will queue up